Two members of Oklahoma's congressional delegation are leading an effort to find out if Planned Parenthood improperly obtained COVID relief money and used it to pay for abortions.
Alex Cameron is following the developments from our News on 6 Washington Bureau.
Congress passed the $2 trillion CARES Act in March 2020 at the start of the pandemic. It included what were known as provider relief funds for providers who diagnosed, tested, or cared for individuals with possible or actual cases of COVID-19.
Americans don't all agree on the issue of children and abortion. We just don't.
But Senator James Lankford says Congress did agree decades ago that tax dollars should not and cannot be used to pay for abortion. That's one reason he and Congressman Josh Burkeen sent a letter this week to the Inspector General for Health and Human Services questioning whether Planned Parenthood used any of the $20 million in provider relief funds it received to pay for abortions. They also questioned whether Planned Parenthood even qualified to receive that funding. In their letter, which was signed by 35 other members as well, they say, "We request that you review the provider relief fund applications submitted by Planned Parenthood and its affiliates to determine whether the organization provided false or misleading information to obtain access to PRF funds." In a separate tweet, Burkeen said Planned Parenthood should not be receiving any of our tax dollars in the first place, and it would be incredibly concerning if it provided false or misleading information in order to get these funds. Abortion accounts for about 3% of the services Planned Parenthood provides. Mostly, the nonprofit provides STD testing, contraception, cancer screening, and other women's health services, many of which are covered by Medicaid and thus are eligible for federal reimbursement. Now, Planned Parenthood has yet to respond to my request for a comment. The Inspector General's office confirms receiving the letter and says it's being reviewed to determine the appropriate course of action. In our Washington Bureau, I'm Oklahoma's own Alex Cameron.